Welcome to the Daily English News program in Azərbaycan Televiziya with the most important events of the day. President of Azerbaijan İlham received President of the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly Pierre Kalma. The sides exchanged views on the situation in the South Caucasus region and the role of the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly. The head of state noted that new realities have already emerged in the South Caucasus region. President İlham emphasized that the latest developments in the region should be considered in the context of Armenia's 30-year-long occupation and military aggression against Azerbaijan. It wouldn't be the right approach to put forward views on the future of the region without considering the consequences of this invasion and aggression. President İlham noted that Armenia was trying to perpetuate the occupation of Azerbaijani lands. Mediation missions carried out during the occupation were completely unsuccessful and did not eliminate the consequences of occupation and aggression. The head of state stressed that Armenia did not fulfill its obligations arising from the statement of November 10, 2020, signed following the 44-day pandemic war. Thus, Armenia not only did not withdraw its armed forces from the territory of Karabakh, but even purposefully used that territory for the transportation of military equipment, personnel of its armed forces and mines. In addition, Armenia failed to honor its obligations related to establishment of a link between the eastern Zangezur and Nakhchivan. President İlham noted that such matters had become history. The president of Azerbaijan said that there are good opportunities for the peace agenda in the region. The head of state underlined that it was Azerbaijan that came up with an initiative of a peace agreement and its underlying principles in the wake of the 44-day pandemic war. President İlham pointed out that Azerbaijan advocates for lasting peace in the South Caucasus and favors regional peace agenda, normalization of relations with Armenia and signing of a peace treaty. The head of state noted that although Azerbaijan presented a clear and transparent program of coexistence and the right of return, Armenia denies the right of return for Azerbaijanis to this country and hasn't expressed any view on this matter. They noted that the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly can become an effective platform for building trust between the delegations of Armenia and Azerbaijan. The draft state budget for the next year reflects the positive trends observed in the country's life. Chairman of the Milli Meclis, Sahiba Gafarova, stated that the plenary session during the discussion of the state budget bill for 2024. Prime Minister Ali Assadov, deputy prime ministers, as well as representatives of other government and state structures took part in the discussions. The agenda of the meeting included 13 issues. The budget discussion will last for 3 days. State budget revenues for the next year are planned in the amount of 34,173,000,000 minats, expenses 36,763,000,000 minats. We strongly condemn the delivery of Bastion offensive armored vehicles by France to Armenia, said spokesperson of Azerbaijan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ayhan Hajizadeh, in response to the inquiry on the delivery of military equipment by France to Armenia. Transfer of the mentioned military equipment will serve reinforcing the military capabilities and thus the destructive actions of Armenia, the country which kept certain parts of territories of the Republic of Azerbaijan under the occupation for almost 30 years and still does not refrain from the aggressive policy and rhetorics. Against the backdrop of smearing campaign and destructive actions by France against Azerbaijan in the region, this adds to the militarization policy for Armenia, attest to the fact of France's erroneous interest in the region. These countries must finally understand that there is no alternative to peace and stability in the region. The favorable geographical location of Azerbaijan plays an important role in turning it into a transportation hub. The revenues from cargo transportation in Azerbaijan playing the role of a bridge on the roads intersecting north-south and east-west routes are increasing.
Azerbaijan will be able to obtain transit revenues in the amount of $2.53 billion through North-South International Transport Corridor, because the use of Rash-Astara Railway, which makes up the foundation of this corridor, will increase the level of cargo transportation. North-South International Transport Corridor, connecting Asia with Europe from a transportation point of view, will expand the transit cargo opportunities of Iran, Azerbaijan and Russia. The cargoes transported from Southeast Asian countries will enter the Mumbai port of India, and from there to Chabahar and Bandar Abbas ports of Iran. From these ports, the cargoes transited by train from Gazvin Rasht Iran Astara to Azerbaijan Astara will be forwarded to Russia and Europe. Deputy Chief of Staff of the Iranian Presidential Administration, Mohammad Jamshidi, also believes that revenues from the use of the international north-south transport corridor will be equal to revenues from oil exports. According to him, the annual income of the transport corridor is estimated at $20 billion. The Iranian press called the corridor the Golden Trade Route. The 162-kilometer Rasht-Astara road will facilitate cargo transportation between Russia and India. It is no coincidence that Russia invested 1.6 billion euros in its construction.
The demining process on the territories liberated from the occupation continues. During the mine clearing operations, 12 anti-personnel, 129 anti-tank mines, as well as 317 unexploded ordnances were found and neutralized, Azerbaijan's Mine Action Agency said in a statement. In a total, 528 hectares of territory were cleared of mines and unexploded ordnances, the agency added. You can get in touch with us by contacting AzTV hotline number 051-511-1956, through which you can report events you encounter as well as share your suggestions and remarks. You can also contact us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.